Please welcome a critically acclaimed performer who has written a new show debuting at Qtopia's Pride Fest season, Clare Cavanagh for Nepo Baby. Welcome! Should we also do another hug? Like a little introduction hug?
It's too old. It's
Too awkward now. You sat down. Well, welcome.
Thanks so much.
Welcome to the hot seat. So, we're just going to go straight into it.
Yes, hit me. Let's go.
Tell us, what is Nepo Baby about?
Fantastic question. And immediately when I heard you ask Hannah's question, I went, Claire, they're going to ask you. You've got to be able to sum it up. And I've already wasted 20 of those seconds. So Nepo Baby is a play. It's about a character called Nepo Baby. She's the daughter of a mildly successful Australian celebrity. But Nepo Baby is determined to be a celebrity in her own right. And she finally gets her big break on a lone celebrity edition. And basically, the play starts, we are in the wilderness with Nepo Baby. We just watch her pretty much just descend into chaos. So, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That was like way quicker than I expected. What was this idea born from? Because like we see Nepo Baby on Instagram and shit, and
Yep.
like, oh shit, yeah, he's a Nepo Baby,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But
So I am a Nepo Baby, in fact.
Cool.
I just think it's very funny. I found it really silly. Just I think it was like maybe 18 months ago was when kind of the first ideas of this character came into my head, because there was all of that, I think it was like a Vanity Fair article or whatever, about Nepo Babies in Hollywood. And nobody wants to be a Nepo Baby. And everyone's like, no, I'm not. But I feel like the more of a Nepo Baby you are, the less likely you are to admit to it. So that was kind of part of it. But also, I think that Australian celebrity is usually so lame. You know, like... So I kind of just loved the idea of it being this daughter, and she's actually kind of proud to be a Nepo Baby. She's like, I'm just like Drew Barrymore. But, you know, instead of it being some sort of major Hollywood, you know, heavy hitter, she's like the daughter of like a reality star come like radio presenter vibe. And so yeah, I just wanted to write a play about that.
You're too good at these answers.
Do you want me to? Just
waffle on for a little bit while I read the question now.
But I guess as well, I think that, I'm Nepo Baby, not of anyone famous, but both my parents work in TV, and so because of that growing up, like I've been around television, I've been around the entertainment industry for ages, and I think it's very funny, and I think the Australian industry, we have this whole like cultural cringe, but also like we do make really cool stuff, you know, and we should be proud of it. So there's just this interesting kind of dynamic, and I love that, like wanted to look at that whole idea of like, yeah, cultural cringe versus, you know, being proud of stuff versus actually being famous for nothing at all. Yeah.
I love the realism. I love the self-awareness.
Mm.
Love that.
Thank you.
So, were there moments in this play where you wanted to go really big with an idea and you weren't able to accommodate?
Ooh. Okay, so that's a interesting question. So this is unlike Hannah, who's finishing up her run. This is like this is the world premiere of a new play.
World premiere.
So I think what's been really fun for me is working on it and writing it and bouncing ideas off various collaborators I have and going like, okay, like in an ideal world, I would love to have like a major, screen and have like live videos coming all over, but then being like, okay, how can I actually achieve that? Firstly, in the first iteration of this show, but also on an indie theatre budget, which is negative $200, That's all to say. So yeah, I think though for me that's kind of fun. Like I've written quite a few solo shows. This is my first like I'm kind of calling it a play rather than I guess like a solo or a comedy show. And so kind of being able to say, okay, this is the big idea. I'd love to have so this live video was some idea that I had, and then go, okay, but how can I create that effect, or what is the why did I want that, and what's that meant to like achieve or communicate to the audience, and how can I do that in a different way? Yeah.
So, touching on the idea of like a Nepo Baby and how you explore it in the show. You personally, do you look at the idea of it? I mean, you said you were a Nepo Baby, but do you look at that idea and kind of immediately start to split it up in your head between like like a Nepo baby who is toxic about their nepotism, and then like the other side of the coin where someone does really good stuff? Is that the other side of that coin? I don't know, like positive shit with that nepotism?
Yeah, well, I guess for me it's funnier if she's the worst person alive.
Yeah.
So Nepo Baby is like a toxic, as you said,
Yeah.
right? Like, so she, I've had sort of this fun with playing with the idea that she owns up to being a Nepo Baby and loves it, but kind of pitches herself like up the top with like, you know, Hollywood royalty when she's in fact like, you know, big brother level. So that, you know, I feel like that kind of tension is where the fun comes in. But yeah, I guess does that answer the question? I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
I just started talking in my brain, you know.
No, it answers the question if the question was not what I asked. Like, does that
So
make
I
sense?
did
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on, Claire. It's been a privilege of ours.